So now that's called Graduate Hall, which is where the graduates can go to after graduation and secure a job. And if they don't have transportation, we provide transportation, help them get their driver's license, help them get a car, help drive them find their own housing. And we actually got one guy here, Darren Payne. If you'll come on up there. He's a very talented speaker. He's been waiting for this day to share. My knees were shaking earlier. I had to calm down for a minute. I was like, but I never thought in a million years that I'd be here, and I'm sure he didn't either. But God really blessed Darren, and Darren really got a hold of God. I've been seeing the Lord use Darren at Graduate Hall. In Graduate Hall, the leash is a lot longer. You have your own transportation. Watched him come in by curfew, taking the guys to a homeless shelter ministry on Saturdays. Guys got to go out and watch a baseball game yesterday, learn how to have good, clean fun. So what is it? You want to share a little bit what Miracle Lake means to you?
Yeah. Thank you, Byron. Just to speak on a little bit about my experience at Miracle Lake and what God's doing in my life. A lot of you guys know me, but the ones that don't, I grew up right here in Harriman. I struggled with addiction for many years, and I can sit up here and say that, it was because I had back surgery and was probably over-medicated before and after, faced a tough divorce, and went from having my kids every single day to, rarely seeing them. But at the end of the day, it's because I chose to take the ways of the world instead of turning to God, and that's, that eventually led me to going to federal prison, and got through that by the grace of God, and come out and thought I was far enough removed from that lifestyle. Ended up turning to the live alcohol, and almost drank myself to death. And God brought me through that. After about 2 weeks in the hospital and ICU. Thanks to God and many prayers from you guys right here, I was able to come through that. And my life looks a lot different now. I still do my devotions every single day. God's restoring relationships in my life. I'm able to share those devotions with my kids every day. And my devotion today, I was reading this morning, it comes from Joel, chapter 2, verse 25, I believe. And it says that the Lord will restore the years that the locusts have eaten, the years that the enemy stole. I just enjoy it. I enjoy being in the Word now, and I enjoy being able to have that relationship with my kids. I'm watching it be restored, slowly but surely, and I praise God for that. And it's all thanks to God and the Christian training that I got at Miracle Lake to show me, how to live as a Christian and I have to have that relationship with God. Nothing else matters. And that's all I got.
So the change in Darren's life, his cousin, Jason Brock, is in our program now. Jason, come here just for a minute, just to say hi.
Oh, gosh.
So whenever I graduated, my brother, Brandon Goodman, you might know me, Neil, you might know Brandon, but he got a degree and went on in life and done really successful, and I always looked up to him, and I was always the guy in the family that was like, what's going on, Byron? Why do you keep doing this? But now Brandon, seeing the change in my life, seeing my walk, or talk's cheap or walk. He became a board member in Miracle Lake, came to Miracle Lake, met Jack, got baptized at Miracle Lake. He said, your little brother, seeing the change in your life, look up to you. So just like when we go through the program, and if you get a hold of Jesus, like I said, the program ain't gonna change it, but let Jesus use you guys, can draw your family members, friends closer to God. Just like you seeing Darren is what's going to happen to Darren. So how's your training going?
It's coming along. It's coming along nice, really. I didn't really realize what I was getting into when I first came to Miracle Lake, but it's not only changed me, it's changed my whole family. Yeah. And I gotta say, it's for the better. I see it through them. I don't see it through me yet, but I see it through everybody around me. Just sees me doing better and then they do better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a long process, but I'm here, I'm participating, I'm trying.
Now, Darren's only been with us for about 3 weeks. So the first week, we all come in off the street, still got some stuff in our system. Your mind's cloudy, you don't feel good. I didn't really know after what all he was going through, if he would stick it out and get through the detox part. But Jack said, our detox program is a shovel, a wheelbarrow, and walking up the hill for dinner. We don't do any Suboxone or Subutex. Now, if you're on something really, some hardcore stuff, we can get you detoxed through some companies that we know for free. We can do grant beds. But watching him get through that detox and now watching him start to come out of it, starting to work and open up and seeing the change in his life, I'm proud of you.
Hey, Byron. Hey, that's Jason, by the way. That called him.
Jason.
Yeah. I know we're both handsome, but that's Jason.
I'm almost 50,
Not Darren.
but seeing the change in Jason's life. Yes. But I'm proud of you. I wanted you to come up here and just say hi for a minute. You did good. So, so we're here just to share what God's doing at Miracle Lake, and if you have anybody in need, what's the cost? Well, 50% of our men are scholarship, meaning mom and dad just said, I'm bankrupt, I don't have any more money. So we actually scholarship half of our students probably for free. We're not state funded, we don't take government grants, we're God funded. People just believe in what God's doing at Miracle Lake, and Jack has a big support group, and there's board of directors to help us. We've got a board member here tonight, Bill Davidson. And so they come and meet every so often, and so it takes a lot of support to operate Miracle Lake. It's about $62,000 a month to clear the books. So the men, if you do have the financial means to pay for Miracle Lake, it's $600 a month, not $6,000, but $600 a month. Breakfast, lunch, and supper, your housing, your classes, your Christian counseling. It's 3 months, and after 3 months you'll graduate, and then you can pay your own way through at Graduate Hall and more costs to the family. And Graduate Hall, you can stay a year, 2 years, 6. If I just keep it as needed. Some men need to stay longer than others, so I don't have a time limit on it. There's actually 3 graduates from Graduate Hall here. Well, actually 4, Darren. But that's a place where you go and not have to depend on your family no more, and start earning your way and standing on their own 2 feet. So if you have anybody in need, the men's going to have pamphlets at the door when we're done, and I think Neil's going to come up and close us out here in a few minutes. If you have any questions, we'll be here to hang out and ask you. Have anybody incarcerated, we can help them. Anybody at home, we can help them. But they have to want to change. That's the thing. No matter where you go, the person has to be broken. Depends what kind of soil you're working with. Some seed falls on rocky soil. But I'm glad that I bottomed out where I bottomed out at to change. Because I was spiraling out of like a flat spin heading out to sea like Maverick and Goose. And Maverick was the devil flying the ship. I finally took control and gave it over to God and let him fly the ship. So, but Jesus is good. It's good to be here in my hometown, Ogdenville, here in Dollar Springs, and God bless you guys, and I'm going to turn it back over to Neil. Thank you. And Neil, I got corrected. I've always called your aunt Gwen Crace, and it's Crass. But she never corrected us, ever.